Hello guys, in this video I'll try to explain the VR AR crypto narrative that's upon us and how we can make a lot of money out of it. I created this whiteboard just to make things a bit more clear if my words are not enough. Okay, so this is my thesis. I think right now the VR AR ecosystem is attached to the gaming one. Okay, with the gaming narrative having a bit more of piece of the cake. Okay, they're having the most attention, and the VR is just lacking down because they're one right now. Okay, but my thesis comes in when I am really certain about this, that the VR ecosystem will actually detach itself and start its own narrative. Okay, it'll start its own narrative, and if this truly happens, we can make a lot of money out of. Okay, there's actually 3 scenarios that can happen. I'll try to explain you guys later about that. And listen, right now the gaming ecosystem has grown a lot. I've been logging into X daily, and every day I see 2 to 3 projects popping up, and I'm telling you guys, I'm in Twitter or X most of the time. I'm really obsessed with it. I'm more of the crypto Twitter stuff, and yeah, every 2 to 3 every day I see 2 to 3 gaming coins popping up, and they're not very, it's not that they're bad, but some of them you can just see by the eye which ones are truly good to invest in and which ones are trash. Okay, but the advantage that we have right now with the VR ecosystem, and it's actually funny because they're only maximum 20 coins, and the really good ones that are really good to invest are just 5. Okay, I'm gonna make a video after that covering my picks in this VR ecosystem. Okay guys, so there's actually 3 scenarios that can happen. So the first one, I'm gonna go from the best scenario to the absolutely worst one. The first scenario is that the VR actually detaches itself from the gaming narrative and form its own narrative, and this equal, guys, huge fucking gains. We're gonna make a lot of money if this happens. Okay, the second scenario is that the market just decides to skip VR. The VR AR narrative just goes along the way. People just don't bother investing on it, and this equal good gains, because as I told you right now before, the gaming ecosystem is attached to the VR ecosystem. They're all both together. They're like, the gaming one is the big brother and the VR ecosystem is the little brother. So we're gonna have some gains, but not as good as if we have our own narrative. Okay, and the third one is Bitcoin just decides to dump, and most of all of our altcoins just go to 0, which it is a possibility. I really don't think this is gonna happen. I really think we might go up. Yes, we might see some dips along the way, but in my opinion, it's either one of these 2, its own narrative, or the market just decides to don't pay attention to the VR ecosystem. Okay, so I have a screenshot over here about how comparing the market caps of the VR AR ecosystem. Right now we're sitting in 2 billion. The VR ecosystem is sitting in 2 billion, whilst the gaming is sitting in almost $14 billion. Okay, you might think that 2 billion compared to 13 billion is a lot. But I just see it as a good sign, you know, I see it as a good sign because we're early, we're very early. And as I told you before, there's only like 20 coins in the VR ecosystem right now. And we can actually just go through it and do our own research and just invest in them very confident, you know, being very confident with them. And you can see the volume over here, the market cap change is a bit more than the gaming one, so this might be a good sign. Okay, so guys, back to it. I just had technical errors. Okay, so this is actually my favorite coin from the VR ecosystem. It's called Victoria VR, and its ticker is VR. So how great is that, guys? That's very good from, in my opinion. Okay, so what I'm gonna show you right now is gonna be like maybe a proof of what can happen if this narrative actually plays out, which is actually pretty cool. Okay, so this happened exactly when Apple Vision Pro was announced, and look, it had this really good spike up. And taking note, this was on where Bitcoin was around 20k and no altcoin whatsoever was surging. Yes, the market just went down back again, but again, it was a bear market. Okay, we were in the very, very fast of the bear market, and I think it's gonna happen back again right now in March. The Apple Vision Pro is gonna be released on March, some April or March. Okay, so we actually have until that time to just start investing on it. Okay, if you guys really believe in my thesis, you might as well invest on it, and you have probably until March to invest in this ecosystem. Okay, I'm just gonna show you another thing. Wait. Okay, here it is. This is Google Trends, and this is where exactly when Apple announced their Vision Pros. Okay, so it's pretty cool. Look at the chart. It's just there, you know. And what I think it might happen when we get the release of the Apple Vision Pro, everyone's gonna be googling it, you know. So we're gonna be like this, and we're gonna go up, and I really think it's gonna start like this. It's gonna going up, and the trend's gonna be there, and the trend's gonna be there. Okay, and we might actually going to make a lot of money out of it. Okay, so this is just an example, a really cool example that I think it can play out. All right. I really believe this, the VR industry itself, not only related to crypto, is gonna be a $1 trillion industry, guys. I really believe in it. You know, once Apple is on it, you can really imagine how much money is gonna go into that. Okay, I mean, Apple doesn't really play around. You know, they know what they're in, and Meta is there as well. So one of the biggest companies ever, maybe the top 5, are into VR. That only shows you how much money can be made out of it. You know, if these 2 companies are involved in VR, it's because they actually see an opportunity in there. And by us being early, we can make money as well. We can make a lot of money out of this as well. I do believe we are on the earliest stages of VR. I think I like to manage this like this way, you know. You remember when you only had one computer at home and it was this fucking box? You only had one per household. So this is gonna happen with VR as well. I really do believe that. Maybe one every household, but I think in the next 10 years, every family member is gonna have one. It doesn't have to be a headset, it might be some glasses, you know. Technology is fucking amazing and you don't really know where it's gonna go. But I do think VR is gonna stay. We are under early stages of it, and if we're smart enough and if we're knowledgeable enough, we can make some money out of it. Okay guys, so this is actually my Twitter if you wanna follow me there. It's actually pretty cool. I do post some threads on it. I like Remark as well, and yeah, here's the actual thread. You know, I'm just making a video because I do love this shit. And yeah, see you guys. See you in the next one. I might make a video about my top VR coins, which are actually just 5. So that's pretty cool.